Hello, internet viewers. I'm the fairly OddGamer. And yes, I purposely made it May-pril-o for this one. And possibly the following one. Don't ask. The answer's pretty obvious.
That was a good pizza. What happened? Am I late?
No.
Well, that's good to know.
Anyway, Super Mario Galaxy 2.
For the longest time, fans have been wanting a sequel for 3D Mario titles. Not Super Mario 128 because it would later result in Pikmin. Though I do appreciate the joke. And with Super Mario Galaxy being a huge success, it's no surprise that fans demanded a sequel.
Though you could say Galaxy 2 came out at sort of an awkward time. This was an era when copy and paste sequels were kind of all over the place. Call of Duty, Dynasty Warriors, even Nintendo had started following the trend with New Super Mario Bros. And New Super Mario Bros. Wii. So when Super Mario Galaxy's follow-up appeared to be extremely similar to the first game, people were kind of tired of seeing the constant rehashing at that point.
And surprisingly enough, it was never supposed to be a sequel, but more of a follow-up to the original game. Initially it was titled Super Mario Galaxy More, or even Super Mario Galaxy 1.5. Oh, like how Disney did The Lion King 1.5. Anybody remember that?
I vaguely recall reading in Nintendo Power that if the Wii's Wi-Fi was more reliable,
As if it wasn't reliable enough already.
Mario Galaxy 2 would have been a DLC pack for the first game and not a standalone release.
But yeah, in 2010, Super Mario Galaxy 2 was released on the original Wii, and nowhere else. Yeah, for some baffling reason, this game never saw the light of day in 3D All-Stars, even with the high praise the game originally received.
And because we had another guest on for the previous title, by force, no joke, I'm actually curious to see if he's interested in joining us for Galaxy 2. So what do you say, Zero Knight? Can you join us again?
And he's still busy.
Well, that figures. Anyway, is Galaxy 2 as good, if not better, than its predecessor? Let's find out.
Oh, reckless silhouette guy. Why? Well, at least we get a variant of the title screen music from the previous title.
After another severed head profile screen, the game begins.
Now this is a story all about how Nintendo rehashed the same story again.
There is one big difference. This time it's in 2D, because we clearly hadn't gotten enough of that from New Super Mario Bros. Wii.
And by the power of the Wiimote and Nunchuck, you can move, jump, collect star bits.
As Mario finds the Luma from the first game almost immediately. Seriously, no reason given, he's just there.
And finally,
Spin!
seriously, what is it with Mario and glass? I mean, good thing he's wearing gloves because otherwise, you know what, I'm just gonna stop there.
Suddenly Bowser.
And what do you know? He captures Peach again. You know, why don't you just capture Daisy instead?
That's what happened in the movie.
Save it for when we actually talk about the movie. Anyway, with the Luma's help, they blast Mario off again to the one place that has been corrupted by capitalism.
Space!
And immediately into the first galaxy of the game, Sky Station Galaxy. And here we have hint screens and visual tutorials on what Mario can do in this game. And here's a callback from the Super Mario Bros. All-Stars video.
I lost a life! I'm level 1! What am I, 4?
Oh, and remember the Dino Piranha from the previous game? I guess you could say it got babyfied. Somewhat.
In more ways than one, because this fight is much easier than the Dino Piranha. Just spin attack him with a giant punch me here glowing spot and bam, down. Easy.
So Mario attains the first Power Star and...
Oh my god, is that Patrick?
Actually, this is Lubba. He's the head honcho of the Lubba crew, morbidly obese, and an appealing sense of humor.
Gee, that's cold. Deep space cold if you ask me. Boo!
Sorry, Rosalina fans, this is your substitute for this game.
I should mention that Lubba in this game is voiced by Scott Burns. And if that name doesn't ring a bell, then how about the fact that he voiced Bowser in Super Mario Sunshine? I am not making this up. Anyway, Mario's on a bare spherical-like spaceship that needs power stars to keep functioning.
We give Lova the Power Star we just got, and he transforms the ship into Starship Mario, the central hub for the game.
Unlike Galaxy 1, in which you had to manually make your way to each dome to select a galaxy, this game has each galaxy organized into 6 different worlds, almost similar to the likes of Super Mario Bros. 3 and Super Mario World.
Yeah, the whole process of selecting a level has been streamlined here. Instead of a big, expansive hub area, you just press this button and pick a level like you would in any other Mario game.
But like the previous game, and even Super Mario 64 for that matter, you still need a certain amount of power stars in order to progress further in the game.
The spaceship, spaceship, this guy and his puns, I swear. Anyway, the ship then takes us to Yoshi Star Galaxy, where we find Mario Galaxy 2's big change from the first game, Yoshi.
Yoshi can still eat things and certain enemies as well as hover for higher altitudes. And look, even Yoshi can shatter glass with his head.
Ow!
Plus with Yoshi's long tongue, it can swing on these flower bars and even pull platforms. Oh, and it's also here where I first discovered these coins called Comet Medals. More on that later. And yes, this is the game where we have the chance cubes.
I see Mario still hasn't recovered from the gambling addiction he developed in Isle Delfino.
Drum roll, please!
What? I was forced to make that joke.
Oh, and there's Spinies, which Yoshi can use to break glass cages.
Periodically, you'll run into hungry Lumas on the map. Like in the first game, you can feed them starbits to unlock new galaxies. In this case, Flip Swap Galaxy. The whole gimmick here is that the level consists mainly of these platforms that flip when you spin. Super Mario 3D Land and 3D World would reuse these, funnily enough.
Also, I should point out that if you die too many times in certain levels, a cosmic guide in the form of Rosalina can take control of Mario and finish the level for you. Though it seems like a good idea at first, here's the true downside. Finishing the level with a cosmic guide earns you a bronze star that doesn't count toward your star total. So if you really want to get that power star, then you have to beat the level legitimately. That means no cheating. Anyway, Spin Dig Galaxy. The introduction to the spin drill, allowing Mario to drill from one side of the planet to another.
Sonic Colors totally stole this.
Curse you, Mario!
Also, forgot to mention that this game has teleporters that teleport Mario to a condensed challenge planet in which Mario has to defeat every enemy in said planet in order to obtain up to 3 extra lives. And some of them require the Rainbow Star from the previous game. And like before,
I am invincible!
Hey, look at that! Captain Toad turned off his headlamp. Now Mario's eyes won't burn out.
and fight Diggalag in order to obtain the Power Star by drilling through the glass head.
Then there's Right Side Down Galaxy, a gravity-based stage.
But hey, the Firefly's back, and it's the same as before. Lame. But at least the robot challenge is not as annoying as before. No need for bombs when you need the Firefly to destroy boxes. Green Bang Toad. Don't know, don't care. Fluffy Bluff Galaxy.
It's all fluffy!
Oh yeah, this is where you get that cloud power-up that everybody really likes for some reason. I don't know, I just always thought it made Mario look like an ice cream scoop.
What are you talking about? He can use clouds as platforms to save himself from any peril. Limited quality, yes, but he can still refill it at any time. But don't touch the water because it disintegrates. Oh, and also...
Monkey!
Also, I forgot to mention there's a trophy room where all the power-ups are stored in. It's nice. With enough power stars collected, you then gain access to our first boss galaxy of the game, Bowser Jr.'s Fiery Flotilla. Buzzy Beetles, good to see you again!
Actually, those are Goom Beetles, not the same thing.
Darn it! After venturing through dry bones, fire bars, and other obstacles, Bowser Jr. appears via Space Pod to then summon Gubblegut.
Gee, I wonder how you beat this one. Maybe it's the very obvious pink bulges all over him.
Yes, it is easy. But keep in mind that Gubblegut is chasing after you the whole time, so strategy is key to winning the boss fight. But hey, defeating it earns Mario his first Grand Star of the game, which opens up a portal to the next world of galaxies.
Rinse and repeat 5 more times, and then you have Super Mario Galaxy 2.
Hold up! You aren't getting away that easily.
Oh, man!
Anyway, we start off World 2 with Puzzle Plank Galaxy. The ground pound mechanic is back with an infestation of buzzsaws and bugs. Also, it's pretty cool getting to solve a slide puzzle via ground pound.
Okay, yeah, that is pretty cool.
Hightail Falls. Yoshi can climb up steep hills with, get this, a spicy pepper.
Hot, 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 hot!
And one more thing. Since Yoshi's already running with a spicy pepper, it's best to slightly nudge the analog stick on the nunchuck left and right for better control. Up next we have the Boulder Bowl Galaxy.
Boulder Ball? That's my favorite Mario Party minigame.
No, not Boulder Ball, Boulder Bowl. It's here where we're introduced to a new power-up, Rock Mario. By shaking the Wiimote, Mario can perform the boulder dash and roll over an enemy in your path. And look, bowling!
Nice spare!
Ending it off with a boulder boss, Rolladillo. After beating another hungry Luma, we head on over to Honey Bloom Galaxy.
No, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah!
B Mario's back, but the galaxy's in 2D.
Boy, they were really proud of New Super Mario Bros. Wii, weren't they?
No.
In Wild Glide Galaxy, we're introduced to Fluzzard as you glide around the stage, passing through gates and reaching the Sun Ring at the end.
Sounds simple enough, but remember, this is a Wii game.
And what's a Wii game without motion controls? Similar to the Manta Ray in the previous game, yes, but with altitude instead of water. There's even an extra level in which you use Fluzzard to race against a black Jibberjay and earn another Power Star once you beat it in a race. Cosmic Cove Galaxy. You can swim regularly, you can swim with a Koopa shell, you can freeze the water with a push of a button. Wait, what?
Alright, everyone. Chill.
And an ice planet that even Elsa would be proud of. No wonder why that movie has so many holes.
Okay, fine, I deserve that.
You suck!
Off to the next boss galaxy, Bowser's Lava Lair. And like the previous game, this level uses a redone version of Bowser Road from Super Mario 64.
Oh goody, the pole stars are back.
After enduring your way through fire, Namek, Hero Bros, fire bars, dry bones, thwomps, disembodied dino heads that eat matter, auto-moving platforms, I mean snake blocks, and lasers, using meteors to break and enter the throne room where you first encounter Bowser. Again. Thankfully his boss fights are much different from before. Now he summons meteors and punching through the ground makes said meteors levitate. Just have Mario ground pound the meteor at Bowser to inflict damage to him. It's also later in the fight when Bowser will breathe fire at Mario in a certain path after inflicting enough damage at Bowser. But anyway, stop enough meteors at Bowser and eventually defeat him, for now.
I'm shrinking. Aww.
But either way, Mario gets a hold of another Grand Star, which results in another portal opening. This time to World 3.
Honestly, back in the day, this is where the game started to lose me, because from here on, it kinda gets repetitive.
Well, how do you think I feel?
When did he show up?
Honestly, who knows at this point?
But yeah, let's just briefly talk about the remaining levels just for time's sake. Talltron Galaxy. Heh, wood. Also, Yoshi gets the blimp fruit, allowing it to fly higher while deflating.
Also, Tree Slide! With Super Mario 64 music to boot. Not gonna lie, that's pretty awesome.
I know, right? Cloudy Court Galaxy. Another cloud-based level, except now your clouds can catch a breeze.
And you can hop on drums and cymbals. It's Mario, why start making sense now?
I did manage to find a secret level in which Mario has to find 5 silver stars on cloud platforms while trying to avoid falling into the poisonous pond. And a new obstacle called Cosmic Clones that will copy every single move behind you. Eventually you run into Luigi, who's also trying to find power stars. Whenever he pops up in a level, you can take control of him to find said power star.
Fitting, because next is Haunty Hall's Galaxy, the obligatory ghost level, complete with a remix of Super Mario World's Ghost House theme.
But hey, at least you can play as Luigi whenever you want. Unlike the previous game in which you had to collect all 120 power stars just to unlock Luigi.
Here we also find Yoshi's next power-up, the Bulb Berry, which illuminates dark areas and makes these invisible floors visible.
After getting the power star as Luigi, is here where I first discovered the prankster comments.
Ah, great. Those are back too?
Yep. And how do you gain access to said comments? Well, let's talk about the comment medals I mentioned earlier. You have to grab the medal and beat the level with it in order to unlock the prankster comment for certain galaxies. And not every galaxy has a prankster comment level. While they do appear randomly like the previous game, there is one thing that the game does not tell you. Some prankster comments appear after finding a certain amount of comment medals, and other prankster comments appear not only the same way, but also completing certain prankster comment levels beforehand. Did the game really have to be this cryptic? It wasn't until I found this guy on IGN to prove this very point.
Yeah, you would think with how much the game holds your hand the rest of the time, they would have mentioned that somewhere.
While some prankster comments return from the previous game, like the speed run, Daredevil, and the purple coins, there's also new types of prankster comments only in this game. Clone comments. Complete a level while trying to avoid cosmic clones. Romp comments. Defeat enemies under a time limit with a rainbow star. And finally, double time comments. Play through a certain level of the game, but with faster moving hazards, similar to the fast forward comment from the previous game. Now that we got those out of the way, let's move on. Beat Block Galaxy.
This level actually does have a pretty cool gimmick where the layout changes in time with the music. I like stuff like this that tests your sense of rhythm.
Freezy Flake Galaxy. Use the fire flower to melt ice sculptures, including Bowser.
How could you, Luigi? You too, Mario. You ruined my kingdom, you ruined my 100-coin ice sculpture, and you ruined my life!
You spent $100 on ice?
Rolling Masterpiece Galaxy. This ain't no masterpiece, this is torture! The rolling ball gimmick is back, and it controls the same as before. Nothing less and nothing more. And off to the next boss galaxy, Bowser Jr.'s Fearsome Fleet. Turns out Yoshi can hold a bullet bill and shoot it at glass. Who needs Hoxie when you have Yoshi? Anyway, you encounter Bowser Jr. again as he now controls the Mega Hammer. It's pretty simple, really. Whenever Mega Hammer shoots out bullet bills, have Yoshi grab one of them and shoot them into one of 3 blue glass orbs.
Wait, what?
Big and obvious weak spot is big and obvious.
Honestly, why does this remind me of Wart from Super Mario Bros. 2 USA?
Or Bowser from Super Mario World. Honestly, these guys would be indestructible if they'd stop giving Mario ammo.
You're right! Why didn't I think of that? I should probably do that from now on. Thanks, stranger!
I just made a horrible mistake, didn't I?
You think?
Do the same thing with Bowser Jr. to defeat him as Mario retrieves the next Grand Star, Underworld 4. Up first we have Supermassive Galaxy, which somehow made me think of... But no, it's like Tiny Huge Island from Mario 64, minus the tiny.
So it's basically Giant Land from Super Mario Bros. 3.
Honey Hop Galaxy, more bees!
Stings, doesn't it?
And we get the return of the Giant Bee Queen, because she was popular, I guess.
Another Find the Silver Stars mission, including one on the Queen's back. Don't ask why, it was in the last game also. Flutsville Galaxy. If you know the constant gravity shift and all the fuzzies, it actually looks like a nice home. Oh, and a boss fight with gravity shift also. That's nice, I guess. After figuring yet another hungry Luma, I then traveled to the Sweet Mystery Galaxy. Another Bulb Yoshi level, only now with pancakes, ice cream, cake, and even...
donuts. Is there anything they can't do?
And what's this I see?
I feel like I'm getting a sugar rush just looking at all this.
Alright, what's next? Ah, Starshine Beach Galaxy. This is Huxgamr's version of heaven, isn't it?
You better believe it, dude.
The Piantas from Sunshine are back? Why?
If there's any Chucksters, I'm gonna lose it.
And look at this! Yoshi can actually swim in a 3D Mario game!
Take that, Super Mario Sunshine!
With silver stars and clouds, but no surfing.
Well, that's bogus.
Chompworks Galaxy. Guy change times into these buckets via assembly line, including one made of
Gold!
Why do they bring back the spring power-up? It sucked before, and it sucks even more here. And before we move on, there's also hidden levels in certain galaxies in which a robot tells Mario to hoax a certain enemy into a... sacrifice square?
I think the less we know, the better.
Let's just move on to the next boss galaxy, Bowser's Gravity Gauntlet. Isn't this entire game already a Gravity Gauntlet? Or was it the first game? Oh well, it doesn't matter. Just run through the gauntlet and defeat Bowser the same way as before, only now with impact lasers. Once again, Bowser shrinks and Mario grabs the next Grand Star, opening up another portal. Off to World 5 we go! Space Storm Galaxy, Pole Stars, Lasers, and Bob-Bombs. They're back. And another mission in which you climb Topman's Tower with switches that slow down time. Upside Dizzy Galaxy, another gravity-based level, only now in a mansion. Boom Moon Galaxy.
Let me guess, another spooky level?
Yes! The Poison River changes gravity, Mario moonwalks, literally, and a side pop-up book with more silver stars. You all know how I feel about needless repetition, right? But hey, Ghost Mario's back, but even more limited than before. Slip Sand Galaxy.
And what's it like, you may ask? Well,
Here we go again. In the words of Anakin Skywalker,
It's coarse and rough and irritating.
And it gets everywhere. I have a kingdom though where I keep all my airships.
At least you can slide down sand while avoiding rolling romps. But they're so happy!
yeesh, I haven't seen smiles that creepy since the movie Smile.
What about the clouds from Lost levels?
Even worse.
And a boss fight against Squizzard, which can only be defeated by throwing fireballs into its gaping mouth via Fire Flower. And try not to sink in the quicksand. Shiverburn Galaxy, Super Mario Galaxy Fire and Ice Part 2, everyone! Oh, and a giant tank-wielding Prince Picante. Another Hungry Lumen later, and we're off to Fleet Glide Galaxy. Another Flutter level, but with lava in an engine room. Next Boss Galaxy, Bowser Jr.'s Boom Bunker.
I'll admit it's pretty cool platforming through the busted remains of the Mega Hammer. That's a nice bit of theming there.
Even though it can still shoot bullet bills, Yoshi's nowhere to be seen in this galaxy. At least you can shoot yourself out of a cannon, and hitting a bullseye gains you another life. Eventually you encounter Bowser Jr. for the last time in this game, in his Boomsday machine. Just use the clouds to make your way up to the top, and ground pound on Bowser Jr. until he's done. Grab the next Grand Star, and open the portal to World 6, the final world in the game. Melty Monster Galaxy.
Lava and pole stars. Lovely.
And there's one level in which you use the boulder power-up to traverse through an obstacle course. Clockwork Ruins Galaxy. Gravity shift with cogs and wheels in ancient ruins. Flashback Galaxy. Did this game include a seizure warning beforehand? Slimy Spring Galaxy. Another swimming level, only you need the Koopa shell to free Captain Toad and grab the next Power Star. Throwback Galaxy. It's Once Fortress 2.0!
Makes you really realize how awesome an HD remake of Super Mario 64 would be. How do you sleep at night, Nintendo?
And just like Super Mario 64, you'll need at least 70 Power Stars just to gain access to the final boss galaxy. 10 more than what the last game needed.
Oh, and before I forget, Battle Galaxy is an enemy rush infestation from numerous planets.
So after collecting enough Power Stars and a pep talk from Lubba, Mario flies out to the final boss galaxy of the game, Bowser's Galaxy Generator. Definitely the most challenging level before even reaching Bowser. It has everything. Fire, Hammer Bros, lava, bonsai bills, lava, revolving platforms, bullet bills, Kamix, glad Yoshi's here, more lava, boomerang bros, Indiana Yoshi, snake blocks, and what was that other thing? Oh yeah, fire and lava!
Yeah, this level's a test of skill, alright. The same can't be said for the actual fight, though. Bowser goes down just as easily as before. Even after the game fakes you out with this second phase, it's a piece of cake. Just stop these meteors and you're done.
Mario saves Princess Peach for the umpteenth time as he grabs the final Grand Star. It turns out that the hurtling blue comet was actually the Comet Observatory from the previous game, and Rosalina was downgraded from main character to giving more backstory. It would have been nice to see her more in the game, you know? Mario, Peach, and Lubba, for some bizarre reason, head on back to the Mushroom Kingdom and the credits roll while playing as Mario the whole time. Aww, Bowser looks adorable when he's tiny.
Just put me back in the other way!
There is no other way.
And what does this game end on?
Thank you so much for playing my game.
Also, Luigi does the same thing if you play the final boss galaxy as him.
Thank you for playing my game.
Not gonna lie, that's pretty awesome.
And that concludes the main story for this game. On to the post-game!
Not only does beating the game allow you to switch from Mario to Luigi in the hub world without needing to find him every time, but you also have access to the special world known as World S. Mario Square Galaxy is about the same as that one level in Toy Time Galaxy from the previous game. You know, the one with 8-bit Mario. Rolling Coaster Galaxy. So this is why the rolling ball was never in the Mario Kart series.
I think this is the first time a mainline Mario game ever acknowledged Mario Kart.
And Twisty Trials Galaxy. It's literally the secret level in Rico Harbor again. The other levels include Stone Cycle Galaxy, returning from Beach Ball Galaxy, Boss Blitz Galaxy, a previous tile boss rush, and Flip Out Galaxy, same as Flip Swap Galaxy, but with blocks instead of panels. But that's not all. There's also the Green Star Scavenger Hunt levels, and the Grandmaster Galaxy and Prankster Comet. So all in all, there's a grand total of 242 Power Stars in order to fully complete Galaxy 2. And did I even attempt to complete this game? The answer's pretty obvious.
No? Wait, you've never completed Galaxy 2?
It's really not worth it. All it does is pad more game time, and in the end, it's really nothing but bragging rights. I'm sure you understand that as a father, right?
Actually, I never thought of it that way. I really do care a lot for my kid.
What about the other 7?
Oh, they were adopted.
Right. So anyways, Gamer, how'd you like Super Mario Galaxy 2?
Well, in all honesty, I think it still holds up today.
While a game follows the same formula as the previous game, it still finds a way to make it up to date and more fun. While graphically the same as before, the level design is pretty good despite reusing similar elements from the previous title, and the character design looks good too. Gameplay wise, yeah, it's about the same. However, I really did get a kick out of the Rock and Cloud power-ups. While Rock Mario does a good job in its own right, I think Cloud Mario is more useful in my opinion. I'd love to see it more used in future Mario titles. That also goes with this game's music. It still sounds as good as the first game, if not better. I know that there's also co-op gameplay with Co-Star Loomis that can help out stunning enemies and grabbing coins both regular and purple, making some of the annoying purple coin missions feel like a cakewalk. Overall, Super Mario Galaxy 2 is a really good game. Needless repetition aside, it's still a fun experience and I recommend getting it if you haven't already. But it's best to play Galaxy 1 before this.
I'm really not surprised if someone told me they're not a fan of this game. It does repeat a lot from the first game, it's much less challenging, and it feels less like an epic space adventure and more just a typical Mario game. That said, there is plenty to enjoy. The graphics and music are just as good as the first game. Heck, there's even some tunes on this soundtrack I like just a little better than the first one. Plus they added Yoshi. I can't hate a game that does that. I definitely vastly prefer the first one, but I wouldn't say this is bad. If you get a chance, I'd say try it out.
And please Nintendo, please find a way to re-release this game. With Switch 2 coming out soon, I think this would be the best opportunity to re-release Galaxy 2. Or even better, how about a re-release of both Super Mario Galaxy games? Maybe even a third Galaxy game. Who knows what possibilities the future holds? As long as it gets a re-release, then I'll be happy.
So, is that it?
Gameplay wise, yes. Overall, no. I could squeeze in one quick video for Mario's 40th anniversary, but who knows what it will be. In the meantime, I'm the Fairly Odd Gamer, and I wish you all good luck for the rest of your day or night, wherever you are. Take care, everyone.
And don't worry, I'll find a way to end your little Marchio. Why, hello there, foolish viewers. I don't need an introduction. You know who I am already. Anyway, make sure you support this pathetic channel on Patreon or even take part on the YouTube channel membership. Either way, you'll get access to a Discord server, exclusive content, and have your name being featured right here, like Luke Jeffers, Scarlet the Hedgehog, Johnny Gallagher, and Big Money 2112. Thanks for watching the video as well as supporting the channel. Well, what are you waiting for? Do it! Now!